Fallout New Vegas is full of tragedy. But there's one character whose entire life is nothing but loss. A man who survived the bombs, outlived everyone he loved, and spent over 200 years watching the world repeat the same mistakes. You probably met him, you probably laughed at his jokes, but Raul Tejada might be the most tragic NPC in the entire Fallout series. And the worst part? His story doesn't even end when the game does. Most players remember Raul as the sarcastic ghoul mechanic, stuck on Black Mountain. He cracks jokes, complains about his knees, and downplays everything. And that's exactly why his story hits so hard. But Raul doesn't ask for sympathy. He doesn't trauma dump. He hides everything behind humor. But if you listen closely, you realize this man has lost almost everything twice. And it all started long before the Mojave ever existed. Raul Tejada was born in 2047, decades before the Great War. He grew up at Hidalgo Ranch, owned by his family just outside of Mexico City. He wasn't a soldier, he wasn't special. He was just a kid who liked guns, mechanics, and reading trashy tabloids, one of which even mentioned a scandal involving pre-war businessman Robert House. Raul had a family, parents, siblings, a grandmother, and most importantly, his younger sister, Rafaela. That life ended in 2077. When the bombs fell, Mexico City was devastated. The ranch survived, but the aftermath was worse. Refugees poured in, food ran out, tensions rose. Raul and his father were forced to arm themselves just to protect their home. One night while the family slept, around 24 people arrived. They barricaded the doors and set the house on fire. Raul and Rafaela escaped through a window. Everyone else was burned alive. Raul didn't even have time to grieve. The attackers chased him, and Raul killed them. That was the first time Raul learned what survival really meant. With a bounty on his head, Raul fled with Rafaela to Mexico City, unaware of radiation, unaware what the bombs really did. The city was a radioactive ruin. Survivors became scavengers. Raiders formed tribes. Raul's radiation burns marked the beginning of his ghoulification. Then something strange happened. Raul found a vaquero costume in an old novelty shop, and he wore it. And Rafaela laughed for the first time since the bombs. So, he kept wearing it. And the legend of the ghost of Mexico City was born. Raul became famous, and in Fallout, fame always attracts violence. Radiation eventually made Raul sick, and he couldn't scavenge. Rafaela went alone. She never came back. Raul found her body, so mutilated he could only identify her by her childhood scar. He hunted the raiders down, and he killed them all. And then he blamed himself. The costume that made her smile was now the thing that he believed killed her. This is where Raul truly became a ghost. Raul wandered for decades. He hid his guns, became a mechanic, tried to stop being a killer. In Tucson, he saw Claudia, a woman who looked like Rafaela. He watched over her from afar, and history repeated itself. Raiders killed her. Raul killed them again. He survived being riddled with bullets purely out of spite. Raul isn't cursed, he's traumatized and trapped in a cycle that he cannot escape from. By the time that we meet Raul, he's tired, not weak, just tired. He survives Black Mountain by intelligence, not force. He tolerates the Legion because he's seen what chaos looks like without order. He understands Mr. House because he remembers the world before ideology destroyed it. Raul isn't naive, he's experienced. Raul Tejada isn't just a companion, he is Fallout's longest memory. A man who survived the end of the world and watched it try to destroy itself again. If this story hit you, subscribe to the Hyperfix Hub for more hidden lore and forgotten stories. And comment below, who do you think had the saddest story in Fallout?